and thank you so much for joining me for this bonus video. So a lot of the instructions are along the very bottom of the screen, so you just have to pause it. But this is a very basic box. We have a top and bottom that is cut and scored almost identical. The only difference is the top or the lid of the box. I have taken 1mm off my scoring, so if you go back you will see, but the finished box ends up being 15.2 by 10.8 centimeters, and it is 3 centimeters deep. So I did measure this specifically for the 8 cards that I made in my video in our global monthly video hop this month, which was a one sheet wonder video. Great fun to create with. I actually cheated a little bit and interpreted it so that I did 4 6x6 pieces of DSP instead of 1 12x12. So this is a very simple box. Just follow along with the directions. You will see me here decorating the lid as well. I've used some embossed cardstock that is cut slightly smaller than the lid of the box. You will see that I've just pretty much continued on with what I did in the other video, using a lot of the same elements. So I have inked the edges here with a brush, and you will see I will be using similar images. I will be using the Spotlight on Nature round dies as well for this one to create. So the lovely idea is that this is in itself a gift. Creating a set of cards for somebody and giving it to them before Christmas, so they actually have the opportunity of giving handmade cards. But the bonus is they get to keep the box themselves. I tried not to over embellish. I probably did go a little overboard. I did use these beautiful dies, die cuts here. And again, using a lot of that inking, and I have taken this technique from a few of the other artisan demonstrators, from Stampin' Up, and they've inspired me completely to use these, layer them. So they've been playing with it online recently, and that was my inspiration here. So don't be afraid to add colour. This is a lot of fun. You will see that I am ripping these apart. So any of these beautiful filigree, highly detailed dies that you can use do create a beautiful cluster. And you will see that a lot of inking has gone into the elements of this to give lots of dimension, because of course it's a box, so it doesn't have to fit in an envelope. It can be nice and textured as much as you like. So keeping it, I keep saying keeping it simple, and I know that it probably isn't, but you will see a lot of elements used here quite simply. So again, this gold thread that I have just wound several times around my fingers and then knotted, and that creates a beautiful cluster of gold. I am using this reindeer image and using just a couple of my blender, what do they call it? Stampin' blends, and I am colouring these in. So I think I used pecan pie, crumb cake and smoky slate, and I've tried to colour it in so the little baby was a little bit darker than the mother deer, and then I did hand cut this one out to add. It's a real classic, or for me it's a classic image. The deers, we don't tend to have them in Australia, obviously being a summer style Christmas that we get, but also we don't have a lot of that kind of wildlife obviously in Australia, but they do still speak to me as Christmas. So a very quick fast forwarded colouring. Of course you could do watercolour, you could die cut or hand cut out of a DSP. It wouldn't really matter. Just adding a cute image here to cut and add to the front of our box just embellishes it beautifully. So we're about to pop it together. Like I said, this video, there is a lot of transitions between me doing something and then I cut to the next stage. I didn't want to bore you too much, because really embellishing a box like this, as long as you've got the dimensions right and to fit your cards in it, you could pretty much do whatever you liked. I did try to keep to the same colours, the same stamp sets and similar elements, just so that the whole thing seem to fit together. But like I said, this is a beautiful gift. They get to keep the box themselves for whatever reason, or re-gift it if they wanted to as well, but also use those beautiful cards as their own to hand out or send in the mail. And of course, everyone loves handmade at Christmas. So I hope that this inspires you to not just create the handmade cards, but also use them as a gift, and to create a box or something similar, which in itself is a lovely idea to keep. So really it's about playing with this. Originally I was going to cluster these all in one spot, but I didn't. And then of course adding with a glue dot, I'm adding in that gold thread element, and that pretty much is it. You do get to pop all of those cards inside. Oh, I did forget this little part. Yes, I have used my Stampin' Blend in the real red, dark real red, to colour in my little gems, and that just customizes it to whatever you are using on your project. It's such a great tip. Thank you so much everybody for joining. You will have seen a little video recently about me using the Wink of Stella. If not, go to my socials and have a look at what that's like close up, because it does add that extra beautiful shimmery shine element. You can see I put it on quite heavily on these, and when it dries it is just gorgeous. Make sure you like, follow and subscribe. Pop over to my other video to see how the cards came together. Thank you so much for joining me. I will see you next time.